Hello everyone, this is Tommy, World at War Comics, and today I'm bringing you my top 10 comics of the year. But before we get into that, I just want everyone to know I'm only talking about comics that are in national North American distribution. So many great titles from amazing indie creators that I did not add to my top 10. I'm going to do something separate for them. But I did want to cover my personal favorite 10 comics of the year. This was extremely difficult because there's been so many amazing titles that come out this year that I've absolutely loved. But you got to start somewhere, and I'm starting with Gunslinger Spawn. This title has been so much fun this year. It is hot right now. I think it's the best thing from Todd McFarlane and the Spawn universe so far. But Gunslinger has been amazing. The storytelling's incredible. I think it's just a kick-ass character. And I cannot wait to see what happens in 2024 because there's going to be a second title of Gunslinger. And everything that Todd is announcing of new titles that are coming out next year, Spawn is going to have a record year, I believe, next year with everything that's going on. But that is my number 10. All right, let's get into my number 9, and that is going to be Local Man from Tim Seeley, Tony Fleecs. Incredible title. Follows a disgraced superhero, gets kicked out of his super team, has to go back to his home disgraced in his hometown, and then anything and everything that could happen to this poor guy does. But Local Man is a lot of fun. If you're not reading this, you're making a huge mistake. Kind of pulls on your heart a little bit. It's funny. It's crazy. Great fight scenes. Anything and everything that you want from like a 90s style comic book is right here. But this is my number 9. My number 9. All right. We get into my number 8, and that is going to be Geiger, Ground Zero. And the reason why this is my number 8, because this leads into something even greater. So I went, to San Diego Comic-Con. I went by the booth, was fortunate enough to get a signed version of the Ash Can for Ground Zero by Jeff. Jeff is one of my favorite writers of all time. Was hoping to meet him there. Unfortunately, wasn't. He did come on the show, which has been incredible. So did Todd. So did Tim Seeley. So very fortunate. But man, incredible comic book. I love Geiger, Ground Zero. And then he goes to New York Comic Con and he drops this bomb of Ghost Machine. And the team that they put together for Ghost Machine just blows you away, man. This is like a hall of fame of creators, writers, and artists that have come together. Letters, everything that goes into a comic book, they have the best of. So Ghost Machine is going to kill it in 2024 with all the new titles. But absolutely incredible. So this is my number 8. So excited, right? So that's 10, 9, 8. We get into 7. This is my number 7, Void Rivals. And I'm just calling it the Energon universe, man, because what Robert Kirkman is doing over at Skybound with Transformers and the Energon universe, it just cannot be in better hands. You could tell that Robert Kirkman, you could tell that Daniel Warren Johnson, and you could tell that Joshua Williamson just love G.I. Joe and Transformers. It just comes across as you're reading it. It's been a lot of fun. I just hope Daniel Warren Johnson is on it for... I heard that he's not going to be on it too long, but man, is there any way to keep him on Transformers? Because it's just absolutely amazing. But yeah, this is incredible. This is my 7, my number 7, Void Rivals. If you're not reading this, you're making a huge mistake. But that is my number 7. All right, number 6. Here we go. Number 6 is going to be, boom, Marc Silvestri, Batman and the Joker, the Deadly Duo. One of the funnest, most exciting comic books of the year. His interpretation of Batman, Harley Quinn, and the Joker is so incredible. If I'm running DC, I have him come over and take over Batman and or Detective Comics. That's not throwing shade at the two creators that are doing those right now. I just think the version that Marc Silvestri came out with is just that good. Man, it'll never happen, right? It's a wish. It'll never happen. Marc Silvestri has Top Cow. He's got a lot of responsibility. But if there was a way, Mark, congratulations. Absolutely incredible. Love it. Love it. All right. All right. So there comes the 1, 2, 3, 4, my top 5. All right, here we go. This was tough, man. This gets really tough. You can almost mix these up and I'd still be okay with it. except for number one. My number one is my number one. I'm fairly confident on that. But man, here we go. Jim Zub on Conan the Barbarian. And if you love Conan, this is how a Conan the Barbarian comic should be written. The art by De La Torre is absolutely incredible, but check this out. If you're not reading this, I'm telling you, give it a try. You're going to love it. It's certainly a very mature audience, as it should be on a Conan book. But man, incredible. My number 5. Love it, Jim. Congratulations. You're killing it. You're killing it. All right. All right. Top 4. As you know, I'm a big Green Lantern fan. And as a Green Lantern fan, anybody who's a Green Lantern fan, you have to be super excited about where everything is going in 2023, leading into 2024. 2 ongoing titles. We just had a mini series that's still going on. We have James Gunn and the TV series that is going to be coming to Max. I mean, it's such a great time to be a Green Lantern fan. And War Journal, number 4. Philip Kennedy Johnson, one of my favorite writers, is absolutely killing it on War Journal. This has been a lot of fun. The art is incredible. The story is incredible. And rumors are him and Jeremy Adams are going to be coming together to do something broader and larger for Green Lantern. And I'm all in for it. Please make that happen. All right, that was my number 4. My number 3 goes to Philip Kennedy Johnson again, and that is on the Incredible Hulk. Hulk is back into horror, as it should be, and this title has been a lot of fun so far. I mean, the artwork has been incredible. I mean, check out those covers. It's just been a lot of fun. But man, this is a great series. If you're not reading it and you like Incredible Hulk, you gotta get on this, because this is one of the better Incredible Hulks that we've had in a while. Congratulations, Philip Kennedy Johnson. You are killing it, my friend. All right, top 2. My number 2 goes to Jeremy Adams on Green Lantern. Kind of kicked off the dawn of DC. Issue number 1, Hal Jordan is back. And I could not be happier. What's taking place with Sinestro is just getting crazy. The last couple issues, you could just really see this direction that Jeremy is going in, and I'm all in for it. I cannot wait for John Stewart, Jessica Cruz, Simon Baz, Joe Mullen. Let's bring them all together and create something even larger with Green Lantern. I'm very excited about where Green Lantern's going. So that was my number 2. All right, drum roll, please. My number 1 is going to be Mark Millar on Big Game. And I could take any title that Mark Millar came out with in 2023 and I could put it in my top 5. But I just chose Big Game. But really, Big Game is a culmination to everything that Mark Millar did in 2023. And he just killed it. This is everything that you would expect from a Mark Millar comic book. And I could not be happier. The way it ended, just mind blown. I cannot wait for 2024. He has new titles coming out. He's bringing back other titles with other series, but he is killing it right now. And the rumor is he's going to be doing something possibly with DC and or Marvel, which is great because I just think he's that good of a writer. All right, so that is my top 10. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Really quickly, I want to give you some runners up. If you're not reading these comics, give them a try because I think they're that good. They could have easily been in the top 10 if one of these other titles did not happen. That is G. Willow Wilson and Mr. Chris Wildgoose on The Hunger and the Dusk. If you love fantasy, you are going to fall in love with this title. It is incredible. I am having a blast with it. I hope it's ongoing. I heard it was going to be like a 5 or 6 part series. Please say it's an ongoing because it's that good. The art from Chris is next level. Wait until you open this up. They just don't waste a panel. The art is breathtaking. All right, then we get to Simon Furman. He is the Transformers Hall of Fame writer, and we got Astrobots from Massive. Massive is one of those publishers that just came out of nowhere and are killing it right now on several titles, but Astrobots is my favorite, and I even got all the toys that have come out for this. This is a lot of fun. You know, the Astrobots got to do something to save the human race. They're creating a whole world for the human race, and things aren't going as planned. Check it out, Astrobots. You will not be disappointed. The next one is from Dylan Barnett. He is on art. He is on writing duties. He's the creator, and that is Arcade Kings. It is an 80s, late 80s, early 90s style comic book. The art is breathtaking. The colors are just next level, and this comic book was a lot of fun. It is a 5-part series that just ended. I hope there's more in 2024. Check it out. Rick Remender, who is one of the best comic book writers, him and Sacrificers. If you want to read a comic book that's going to tug at your heart, it's going to piss you off, it's going to make you think about everything, this is definitely one of those titles. The Sacrificers have been a lot of fun. You should be reading this. It's that good. I'm not kidding. All right. Mr. Tony Daniel. So you had Nocturna with Scott Snyder. I was sad to see that end. But man, Tony went over and created Edenwood, and I could not be happier. The world building that is taking place by Tony on this, the artwork, everything about it has been absolutely phenomenal. I'm trying to get him on the podcast. He knows it. I've been hounding him, but I truly am a fan of his. I love his work. I love his art, and this story that he has going on with Edenwood is just next level. Check it out. The next one of my favorite artists, Mr. Sean Murphy on Plot Holes. This one took me by surprise. I gave it a try because it is Sean Murphy. I do love his art. Let me just look at the covers, man. It's just absolutely incredible. But man, this took me by surprise. A lot funner than I thought, and could have easily been in my top 10, but it is a runner-up this year because there were so many good things. And then last but not least, Mr. Dan Didio. I love Dan Didio. I think he's just a stand-up guy. You know, what he did at DC Comics, I thought was phenomenal as a leader. So many people that I've heard from that worked with him at DC absolutely loved him. But what he's doing over at Frank Miller Present is a lot of fun. Ancient Enemies, which was a 6-part series that ended. He has a few one-shots. But what an incredible world that he has built over at Frank Miller. And this was one of my runners-up. I could keep going with Jay Garrick, Flash. There's just so many amazing titles, but that is my top 10. Let me know what you think. Hopefully, you had an amazing 2023. I wish you the very best in 2024. Thanks for following. Thanks for all your support, and we will talk next year. Thanks, everybody.